Monk Mode gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro. At the end of the day, having muscles, you gotta just understand it comes with a lot of envy. And the reason it comes with a lot of envy is not only you're a walking billboard of consistency and discipline. Trust me, I'm going back to the gym later. It ain't over until the fat lady sing. I repeat, it ain't over till the fat lady sing. So with that being said, it's not only are you a walking billboard of consistency and discipline and radiating confidence. Dudes want to look like this. They want to look in shape. They want to have muscles, but they don't have the consistency. Not only that, they don't have the discipline. Not only that, they wives, they girlfriends, the women that they date, they gonna be staring at you. When I walk outside, it's a melanated couple. The dude out of shape, she in shape. I walk outside, they both bend their necks. They both turn their heads. I repeat, they both turn their heads. Soon as the dude turned his head to his girlfriend, she hurried up and looked away. I'm telling you, you don't have to try. Now she knows what a confident, disciplined man looks like. That's why they envy, because their girlfriend gonna know what an actual man is supposed to look like. Unlike him, he's out of shape, got a beer belly, just let himself go. Now she knows the difference between guys with muscles and guys without muscles. Thanks to a guy with muscles. You got to understand, all these dudes' wives, they be having rings on their finger. They get on the elevator with me, stand right behind me, be looking at my back. Stand right behind me like I'm some shield of protection. At the end of the day, I already told you dudes, when you got muscles, you're the ancient gladiator of Rome. You like the ancient Roman gladiators. At the end of the day, there's nothing new under the sun. I repeat, there's nothing new under the sun. If they liked in shape Roman gladiators back then and paid for their sweat, you don't think they're gonna be attracted to a dude with muscles, especially in America? Bro, you are the 1%. You like the 2% in America of men that are in shape. Men that are in shape by 2030 in America, pretty much gonna be extinct. We are gonna be outnumbered by the out of shape fat slobs. We're gonna be outnumbered by the twigs. At the end of the day, you got to understand. They love to say we don't like guys with muscles. But when we out in traffic, when we outside, when we go to that pool, oh, they like dudes with muscles. Why they be breaking their neck, staring? They don't stare at no other dude like that except the dude will come outside with muscles. Got the six pack, everything ripped like a bag of DRUGS. They can't, it's impossible for them not to look at us, bro. Then a woman, a red bone woman, around the age of 35, she get on the elevator, look deep into my eyes. Why would she do that? I got radiating eyes. I got the glow. I'm on day 178. I'm approaching day 180. I'm about to be 6 months. I'm 2 days, I'm 2 days away from 6 months. With that being said, I'm only getting stronger, swoller and swoller and buffer. More ripped and more ripped and more ripped. At the end of the day, you got to understand. This is why the dudes gonna envy you, because they don't have the consistency to keep going to the gym like you. They gonna go to the gym 2 times a week. They not gonna look like this. They don't have consistency. At the end of the day, their girlfriend's gonna look at you. I'm in the gym, white couples. She in shape, he not in shape like that. She coming by me, staring me up and down while I'm doing curls. At the end of the day, you got to understand. They be trying to make me run them over. They be trying to bump into me. I repeat, they be trying to bump into me. Like, come on, man. They want to bump into me because they want to feel the stone. They want to feel the brick arms. At the end of the day, you got to understand, dudes are not looking like this. There is no competition. All you need is consistency and discipline, and you will achieve the body. All you need is to retain your seed, and you gonna look like this. Your body gonna glow. So your skin gonna, bro, you look young. Bro, at the end of the day, bro, I'm 23 years old. I told a woman around the age of 30 yesterday from New Orleans. She said, "How old are you? Are you in high school? Are you in school still?" I said, "No, I'm 23." She said, "You not 23." I said, "Yeah, I'm 23. 2001, 09, 16. At the end of the day, you got to understand, I'm 23 years old. They think I'm in high school by the face. At the end of the day, I got clear skin. No Olay. No, all I do is wash my face with a rag. No skincare routine. I am the routine. At the end of the day, you got to understand, having muscles is going to come with a lot of envy. Why you think they threw the gladiators in there to fight the bears, the lions, the tigers? They don't like us. The dudes don't like us. At the end of the day, they see us. You think dudes going to give you a compliment that you in shape? Besides like a small percentage of dudes who just not haters. At the end of the day, besides that, you think out of shape dudes are really going to give you a compliment? Man, you got a six pack. They not going to tell you nothing. They going to act like, oh yeah, he ain't like that. Wait till they walk with their girlfriend. They walking side by side with their girlfriend, making sure she don't look. Making sure she don't look. At the end of the day, it's interracial couples, melanated women with Mexican dudes, melanated women with white dudes. They still looking at me, and I'm chocolate. So all that, listen, we are all one race. If you in shape, they looking at you too. At the end of the day, you got to understand, when I come in a room, all heads turn. You got to understand, I'm in shape. I'm in shape. I'm a walking billboard of discipline, self-love, confidence, consistency. Dudes who are out of shape are a walking billboard full of defeat. They got defeated by the ground. They couldn't do more than 5 push-ups. The ground won. The ground beat them in a push-up contest. The ground won against the sit-up competition. Against the sit-up contest. Life just beating him up every single day. At the end of the day, life not beating me up. That's why I look like this. When you got muscles, you're the champion. You the champion. She ain't gonna push you away like Rick Ross. At the end of the day, you got to understand. Monk mode game, you know what's going on. Listen, bro.